Check, check, check. All right. So, wanted to talk to you about how to read plans. So, this is the title page of the plans. This is the first page you'll see. They have the basic drawing. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have a Google Map view and then where the location of the project is. It always says name of construction and then the name of the home and then who it's for and then the address of the property. This address of the property here is good so that you can save that into the software. And then also, if you have any questions, save that into the phone so that you can just copy paste it to other people until you remember it. You'll be sending it all off to a bunch of people that you'll remember it soon enough. So just over here, this is the architecturals. This is the sheet number. Sheet number is the same correlation with here on the bottom right hand corner of every page has the sheet number. So it has A23, it's the material calculations, material board, cover sheet, SWIP site plan. So if you want to figure out all of this, if you're in the PDF version, you can be like site plan and it'll pop up everything that has this name in here. So here, 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 and forward. So this is the view of the building of the Summerview home. This is the electrical sheet names and then the structural. So in building, there's structural, there's architectural, which is the design. The structural is all the components needed for the actual structure building of it. And then the electrical, sometimes they may be plumbing if you're doing commercial, but this is a residential. But we have a specific electrical plan here. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at it. So the electrical, we have main level electrical plan, second level electrical plan, and third level electrical plan. And these are the associated numbers here. General notes, when you have a set of plans, read every single word on the plans and make sure you follow it to a T. So read through this general notes. It might take you a while, but you just got to get it done. Let's take a look at it here. So scroll over here. Construction and building methods, including electrical, plumbing, and mechanical items, shall follow the 2021 IRC or current code if more recent codes have been adopted. So that's something that you just have to know when you're going through all of this. Soils observation report is recommended prior to pouring the footings. That's the geotechnical that we had gotten already done. And then they give us some notes, and then we have to make sure that we, as the GC or the GC company or the superintendent, need to figure out, okay, I need to protect the company. I don't want anything to fall back on the company, so I have to make sure that every single detail is followed in these plans. In the garage, there shall be no less than one receptacle outlet per vehicle. So if there's potentially of three, you need to verify that with the company or the homeowner or the client, and make sure that if they plan on doing three, we put three different for the electrical plan, three different outlets for the electrical plan for the charging station. Openings from a private garage directly into a room used for sleeping purposes should not be permitted. Other openings between the garage and residence shall be equipped with a solid wood door not less than inch and 3/8 inches in thickness. So that's just something that when you get the materials, you have to make sure that the garage going into the house from the garage is a wood solid door, not a um, coreless door or a hollow door. Blower test is required at final, so make sure you schedule for a blower test when we're doing the bidding. Make sure we put in a line item for the blower test. Fireplace, if applicable in this plan, shall be by others. Fireplace specification deferred until time of inspection. So essentially, we just have to figure out how it's being vented. If it is being vented, what type of fireplace is going to be. We got to communicate with the client. Exterior siding, if applicable, shall comply with R703. Look this up on ChatGPT and make sure it complies with that. Inspections are required for all stucco and EFIS systems, subcontractor to provide product specifications, and ICBO evaluation report or equal for any stucco or EFIS systems used. So make sure we get a inspection done by the city on this or a third-party inspection. Cold storage areas require either a sealed exterior door or that the room be insulated in order to meet the building thermal requirements. So if you see on the plans, that it needs to be in a sealed exterior door. It has to have a threshold, and that'll come with time as you go through all of this. So kind of read through all these notes. Took us maybe about 5 minutes to get through those notes and kind of explain what they mean. So let's go to the second page. Oh, here. Sometimes it depends who's the plan is being designed by. Legacy does a decent job in giving us square footage. So on the main level, 3315. On the second level, it's 3422, and on the third level, 2327, for a total of almost 9,000 square feet. The garage is 771 square feet. And then here are the different revisions, if there is any. The project manager, JBGB, and then different disclaimer notes, and then the people that designed it. So that's kind of a general overview of the title page. So when you're going through the whole site, when you're at the plans, so these lines are essentially, these arrows is how the lot is sloped currently and where the water runoff is going to be. 26 feet. So we need a 26 or a 20-foot setback is our building portfolio. And so we typically get a survey to come out and lay this whole lot out for us. But essentially, this is kind of the slope of the property right now. And this blue line is our building envelope. So the architect knows with the city what the city is requiring per lot and designs it accordingly. And so we have to make sure we're 7 feet from this line, where we have our setback of 18 feet here of the building layout. So anything that has to touch the foundation, that is what we need to make sure we cover. And so this right here is just a different way of saying this is the line. It runs 49 degrees, 35 feet at 48 and 48 inches west, or 48 degrees west. This right here, this bottom number is the length of the back of this line here. So it's 145 feet. This line to this line is 145 feet. So these other points, from what I understand, is the height from zero. So this is 31 feet down. This is 26 feet down. This is 2 feet down from zero. And zero is where you calculate where it's going to be located on. So this is some variations of the house. And then you also have, oh wait, hold on. You also have the same title block information here. So just to kind of give you an overview, okay, this is how the architect designed the house. As far as the colors, the materials used, that's all can be discussed with the client when they're ready. So this page here is the architectural, the main level floor plan. So when you're building the foundation and you start to frame, this is what the framers use to identify lengths, what needs to be framed, how they need to be framed, how off from the front porch, or does it have to be on the back side of this wall, and etc. So they do a good job of getting dimensions here. So if we kind of go through this whole section here, this is a really beautiful house plan. So you pretty much go into the garage, wall-based water feature. There's a water feature here, indoor landscaping that is yet to be designed and figured out. But you drive up into the garage, and if you look here, you go into the garage. This is the front porch steps and the front door, and this is a side door for like a guest bedroom or anything like that. So this is the main house of the first floor. So going to the garage, you have steps here. Going into the entryway, you have a nice, beautiful entryway. You have an office on the side here. This office should be from the inside of this wall to the outside of this um, window here should be a certain length for this window or this glass door case here. And that's what you need to verify with the client. And so you almost have to, when you're doing the estimating portion of it, you have to make sure every single thing is like, essentially itemized in this project here. So this is 13 feet. This should be 5 feet from our wall here. This is our pool area. Our pool concrete slab should be from this place to this place, 40 feet. Whenever you have a dimension and a line, wherever this cross line is, that's what it's measuring. So even though there's a line here, there's no cross line to identify this is 67 feet. So my 67 feet is measured from this outside of this little false wall all the way back to my back of concrete slab should be 67 feet. When the guys are pouring the foundation, you want to make sure that it gets done and the measurements are accordingly. Here is the elevator shaft that will go up, and then you have the stairs here. This is some indoor landscaping, so that'll be a cool feature. That's kind of what you have to kind of design with a landscaper or the designer that designed these plans. Back here is the mech room. Well, that's interesting, having a mech room off the kitchen. But essentially, here is the main area as far as, separating the kitchen or the theater. Oh, no, this is the theater room. So this is the theater room. I thought this was the main floor, but this is not even the main floor. This is just a guest bedroom here and then a kind of livable space here. So this is the master suite that is for this one bedroom apartment, it looks like. They could enter in from the apartment into the main foyer area down into the theater room. So this is kind of like a basement, but not really a basement. Wall-based water feature. So like all these dimensions from here to here should be 5 feet. This is the shower here. There should be a wall, then a glass door here. 33080GL. So basically this section here, we can copy and then paste, but GL typically stands for glass. 30 by 80 is a 3 foot wide by 8 foot tall glass door. So if we go here, so this is called the schedules, meaning every detail here should be explained here. So when I pull this, it takes me to here. And what this essentially means is there is one of these on this floor plan here, a 3080GL glass door, which is 3 foot, 8 foot high. And so, like I said before, all these notes here, read those notes. They come in super handy with knowing how to build this home. All plumbing installations shall comply with the 2021 IRC. ChatGPT this, it'll kind of give you more of an understanding. We would have to walk you through how things are being done as far as the process when you do your first superintendent of the house. Showerhead shall have a flow rate of not more than 2.5 GPM to comply with the IRC. So make sure that the finish units, finish valves, has these 2.5 GPM, gallons per minute is GPM, stands for gallons per minute. Smoke detector notes. So when you're doing the electrician is doing it, add smoke detectors throughout home. Smoke detector shall comply with the section I3104 of the IRC and shall be hardwired, interconnected, and have a battery backup. So this basically means I would research this too, but essentially electricians know where smoke detectors should be. Typically, they're outside of a room and inside of a room as well. So in every designated area of they're calling it, that's what we have to put. So like we would have to put one in here. We have to put one in this general area. We would have to put one here and then in the office. and then one in the movie theater room, and then one in the foyer area. So it's just a matter of understanding, getting experience, learning. ChatGPT is your friend. So that's kind of a basic rundown of the architectural plans, um, and then kind of how far things need to be. So when they're framing, framers will look at these plans and be like, okay, from here to here, I need to frame out all these exterior walls. I from here to here, they'll pull their tape and make sure it is 12 feet and 9 inches from here to here. And then as the main level door schedule, you need to know, okay, this door is a 3080 HC. So HC typically stands for hollow core. GL stands for glass. OH, let's see where OH is. So that's 180 inches. So OH, if I zoom out, right here. Oh, that's a garage door opening. That's a garage door. Um, PRB25. Let's see what that is. So let's see if it's right here, here, and then here. Third level door schedule PR2680HC. So we have to make sure we can find that certain section. Every single detail of a plan should correlate with something else. Whether it's a structural detail, an architecture detail, or a schedule. So currently, I'm not seeing anything that has to deal with a PR2680HC. 2680HC. Let's see what that is. Or there. It's pretty much a double door. PR 2680. So it's a 2.6. This door is 2.6, 2 foot 6 inches, 2 foot 6 inches by 8 feet tall. So that's what this means here. And then 2680HC, HC stands for hollow core. So this is just like a 2880HC door. So we have one count here. So this is good when you estimate it, so you can get the counts on it. Same thing for the window schedule. These are all the window schedules. You need to identify, have the client work with the window company, and you need to get a good window company so that they can see and understand what each window does and the cost of it as well, and also the look and feel and design of the home. So that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. Read every single word on the plans. That'll help you get a better understanding of how everything is done. This is the roofing plan. These are schedules where things correlate from here over to the schedule, and it'll tell you what it does. We will go into more detail on other things, but this is just a general idea of how to read architectural plans as you're getting into it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Talk to you soon.